such a strange and amusing place. One day you buy him rocket ship underpants, and then the next they're in outer space. Mama, don't you know you keep the whole world turning round?
Hi, this is Gretchen and Paige from MommyCast. Today we're speaking with Dr. Rene Hackney from Parenting Playgroups. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
I think today what we want to do is we want to talk about those basic foundations that make discipline work.
Sure, there are several skills that are considered foundation pieces in discipline to make the discipline go more smoothly. The first two, iMessages and empathy, are about managing emotions in discipline. iMessages are for parents' negative emotions because if you're feeling really angry as you jump into discipline, it's not going to go very well. You just you say things you don't mean, or you're bigger than you had intended to be. So an iMessage would be labeling your own emotions and then blaming the behavior, not the child. So as an example, a child who runs through the living room and knocks over a lamp. A you message, what you're going to avoid, would be, I'm so mad at you, you're always running in the house. Child, because it was about themselves, doesn't feel badly about the lamp or the running. They feel defensive. They want to get away. They don't want to listen. But if you can give an iMessage, it says, I'm angry, my lamp is broken, or I'm upset, no one is listening. Here's my negative emotion. I'm angry, I'm upset, I'm frustrated. But then you lay blame on the behavior. My lamp is broken, people are running. That they can stick around and listen to. They can fix. They feel less defensive. And so the rest of the discipline tends to go a lot better.
I've been trying to teach my kids a lot lately that everybody's wrong sometimes. I'm wrong and your dad's wrong, and everybody you're a much happier person overall throughout your life if you can admit that you're wrong.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
I think I've taught that to my teenager really well because I am wrong all the time, according to him.
But just putting it out there and allowing for those things. Empathy is the other part of this. Empathy is validating their negative emotions. Because if you come into a discipline situation and they're the angriest person in the room, they're throwing things, they're yelling at each other. If you dive into the discipline, it's not going to go well. They're not listening. They're not able to hear you. So in those moments, they want you to address the child's negative emotion. Wow, you're frustrated. You didn't like that game. Because they're frustrated and they didn't like that game, or you're angry, you wanted to be in charge. It's saying those emotions are okay. They're valid emotions. I understand how you feel. When you do that for a young child, or actually for anyone, they tend to calm a bit. They tend to be better listeners because they were validated.
Wants to feel understood.
Exactly. And it's saying in those moments, I understand where you're coming from.
So you don't ever want to say, don't be frustrated, or don't get so mad. Or
it doesn't tend to help. When you say, don't get frustrated, the child doesn't feel heard. Now they have to get bigger and louder because apparently you don't understand. But that idea is saying, I do understand you.
Imagine if your husband said that to you.
Yeah.
Don't get frustrated with me. You're not allowed to get mad. Then you're just kind of like, well, I'm going to get mad.
You're mad already.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, the example between adults that we say is, let's say you're reading a sad letter, your eyes are filled with tears, and someone comes in and says, don't be sad about that, that's stupid. It's jolting, it doesn't help. But if someone comes in and says, wow, you look sad, that must have been hard to read.
You feel the connection.
You feel a connection. You feel understood. And so they're better listeners to the rest of the discipline.
Okay.
Got it.
So those are basically the two things for managing emotions as you go in.
Okay.
There's a third foundation piece, and that's giving positive intent. Positive intent is viewing the good reason for the bad behavior. It's kind of a stretch for a lot of parents.
Yeah, I would think so.
Let's say there's children running around down in the basement and you're making a fun snack. And you call them up, and they're excited. And so they're immediately tearing past each other on the stairs and pulling each other down. Somebody gets hurt. Negative intent, look at you all are careless, you hurt her. Children, again, feel defensive. But if you say, wow, I know you were excited for the snack, they can take ownership immediately. Yes, we were. And so they can take ownership of the behavior, and you can move forward to the discipline. You're not letting them off the hook.
But the kid that got hurt's like, wait. Yell at them.
Those children are about to get choices or consequences. You're going to follow through with the discipline, but they're going to be better listeners to the rest of that discipline. Because you're seeing them in a better light as you go in.
So they're feeling loved. The point is you want to discipline with love. You want them to feel like they're loved before, during, and after the discipline, and that they've actually learned something.
Exactly.
Got it.
Great. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you.
For more information about Dr. Hackney and Parenting Playgroups, go to our website,
mommycast.com.
Mama, don't you know you keep the whole world turning round?
We're here today with Rene Hackney to talk about discipline techniques.
Rene.
Renee, you said Robin.
Sorry.
I can't do this, people!
Nobody looked at her.